Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM, WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is time once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, who's back from his days in the mountains.
My sojourn, yes, that's right.
Walking around with Smokey the Bear. Yeah. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen, as the pilot refers to you. Hey, I was doing a little web surfing the other day, and I found a couple of nice articles there on uses for old newspapers. So if you got your pilot subscription still and you're trying to figure out what to do with that thing, you can go online. Man, you can use it for cat litter. You can kill weeds with them. And, on a rainy day, if you got the grandkids or the kids around the house, you can make some paper mache projects. So, maybe that pilot does have some use.
Yeah, I turned it into confetti on the driveway and think to myself, yeah, those ads did a lot of good to those advertisers, didn't it?
I like the cat litter one the best, actually.
Don't forget this show is being seen around the world on the live video stream. As we speak, just go to our website at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located. Click on that, and that will get you there. If you're on your mobile device, it's available through YouTube, its app. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. If you're on your mobile device looking just our audio, you can get that with any audio applications like TuneIn, iTunes, Streamer. Many others work. For example, you can get it with Mozilla, Winamp, Roku, Nemesis Player, Apple iTunes, and even Internet Explorer will play it. So, many choices there. Just put WEEB in the search so you get the right results at the top. And don't forget, of course, it's also available on our website at talk973.com. The upper right-hand corner of every page has an icon that says, Listen Live. Click that once and you're listening just that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. Sunny, looks for a high of 80. Then tonight, clear. Low of 54. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 83. Saturday night, partly cloudy, maybe an isolated shower. Small chance, 20% chance. Look for a low of 62. Sunday, we got a 50-50 shot of scattered showers. That's your best chance of the week. High of 76. Sunday night, still a 50-50 shot of rain. Monday, 40% chance of the wet stuff. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we drop back to 20% chance of rain. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are calm. Visibility 10 statute miles. Pressure 30-15, dew point 49. Humidity 96%. It's clear and 50 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 7:34, 34 past the hour on this fun Friday. TSIF, thanks, Steve, it's Friday. Did you have a good time in the mountains?
Yeah, just, doing some work, cleaning some things up, etc.
Good. All right, we're glad to have you back.
Good to be back.
Thank John Zumwalt for sitting in while you were gone.
Oh, yeah, I would have liked to heard. I missed it.
It's up there on the podcast page.
Yes, I'll have to go back.
Let's see. What do we want to do first today? Let's see. Well, let's put you in a lighter mood and start out with some high-powered comedy. I wish our sound service weren't such flaming liberals.
Oh, well.
Then we could get some actuality bites from last night's Trump event. Did you see that?
No, No, I didn't. I was reading.
Yeah, it was a good event, and he called out a lot of folks.
Well,
called them on the carpet.
I listen to some people, and all they do is complain. Well, he's not presidential, and he tweets. Like, hey, he fights, and that's what people have been waiting for. Somebody that's going to sit there, or not sit there, and take the garbage that gets thrown at him.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bushes. Scoop up a big heaping, steaming pile of whatever you can put your hand in and just push it in his face. And nobody, blah, blah, nothing. Romney, same way, lied about on the Senate floor by Harry Reid and never said a word or never fought back, never reacted to it. And here you have a guy that's like everybody else. When you insult him, when you lie about him, and you do these things, he says, no, baloney, I'm not going to take that.
Yeah. Well, he was also picking on Biden. It turns out that Biden's son, Hunter, did get all that money.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the Dems look at, well, that's never been a proven allegation.
Yeah, it is.
Where there's a ton of smoke, there's usually a fire.
Well, and now they're finding out that Biden actually got some money too.
Yeah, and
Joe, old dirty Uncle Joe did.
And the whistleblower was tied to the Biden campaign.
Yes, and the Clintons got it, the Pelosi's got it, all of them get it, and lest anybody
John Kerry's stepson got it.
They all get it, all of them, Republicans and Democrats, all of them get it.
Yeah, well, it's funny how 49-year-old's a multi-millionaire.
Yeah.
When his dad comes to Congress, stone cold broke,
right,
making, well, back then about $140,000 a year, and now it's $175,000.
Well, is it what's the primary thing there? Is he a crackhead first and then a millionaire, or is he a millionaire and then a crackhead? I'm not sure which came first, but he's a crackhead.
Yeah, that's what got him thrown out of the Navy.
Yeah, no kidding. Gets dumped from the Navy. I don't know what kind of discharge he got. It should have been dishonorable. I'm sure it wasn't, but it should have been.
But a little politics playing in there.
Terrible. Absolutely ridiculous.
All right, well, let's lighten things up. The Addams Family movie hits theaters this weekend.
Oh, really?
One of those TV ads for IHOP's pretty good with the Addams Family.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. May I have your order? Mom.
Who plays Lurch?
Anyway, it's time. It's animated. The new theme will catch you up to speed on the history of the TV show that lasted only 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
First it was on TV.
Wait a minute. Usual Napster taking over the whole thing. So now I get to do it all again. Stop. Back up. Now, here's your recap.
First it was on TV, and then it was a movie, and then it was a stage play, The Addams Family. Now it is a cartoon with really famous people, but you can't even see them, so what's the frickin' use?
Okay.
Oh, so is this movie coming out? Is actually animated? Is it?
Yeah, today.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize.
Ben and Jerry ice cream is known for their crazy names and flavors, but this place is taking things to a new level, I do believe.
Now available from the ice cream shop on Capitol Hill. The latest combination of flavors that's getting a lot of attention in Congress. 1 scoop of peach and 1 scoop of mint. Just a little taste and you'll say, peach mint. Peach mint. And coming soon, Whistleblower Banana Blast, Very Perry Blueberry, and Rudy Giuliani's Juicy Jam. The ice cream shop on Capitol Hill with new flavors that'll want to make you tweet and scream.
All right, time to find out what that person on Highway 211 is thinking in the car next to you. You know, the one that's blocking the whole left lane with 15 cars behind them, and they could care less. Well, we have the results of what they're thinking.
And now, Here's what the person in the car next to you is thinking.
Okay, I'm steering with my legs, texting with my left hand, and finishing up my mascara in the rearview mirror with my right. Oh, yeah. I'm a multitasking freak. Oh, no!
What the person in the car next to you is thinking.
If you don't know the lyrics to a song, you can Google it in about 3 seconds, but that's not how it used to be.
Happy Flashback Friday. You know you grew up in the 90s if you remember being disappointed when the leaflet in the CD didn't have the lyrics to the songs. I mean, how else were you going to learn that unintelligible line on track 3?
Yeah, no kidding. Now you have to do it on the internet. You have to just Google it. You'll find it.
One more Flashback Friday for you.
Today's show is brought to you by Flashback Friday, because today is 10/11/19. And remember 7 years ago when it was 10/11/12, and then 2 months later it was 12/12/12, and the next year it was 11/12/13? Yeah, that was cool. And those days are gone now. Good times.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's dig down here. Okay. 10-year-old football player in Texas gave an emotional pep talk to his teammates before a game. He encouraged them to be determined, have passion, and be a maverick. Here's his speech.
Get angry. I want to see all of you do that, because if you do that, you're determined to the game. I'm not saying be one person, be you, but also have passion. Be determined. Be a maverick. And when we get on that field, let's show the Cisco Lobos how to be a maverick. Let's show that we can beat them on their home field, on our home field. We can beat them anywhere. We can go to New England, for goodness sake, play in the snow, and still beat them. Yes, sir.
Determinated. Yeah. All right. Well, you know, hey, that's a good cut at it.
Good pep talk.
For a little
pep
kid,
talk.
sure.
Yeah. I guess he's the quarterback.
Oh, is he? I don't. Did they say? I didn't.
I didn't say. What else we got? Okay, guy named Kenny, New Hampshire, legally changed his name to Nobody, no last name, so he could run for mayor because there's lots of jobs in government that nobody should do. Mm-hmm. Here he is.
I made it because I intended to run for office, and there's a lot of jobs in government that nobody should do. What I'd like to do in any political position is as little as possible. And by that, I mean shrink government down as much as I can. I think if I don't get mayor, I'm going to run for governor.
Well, it's already been done. There's already somebody named Nobody, so.
Okay. Well, to go with that nobody is running for mayor story, here's a drop from Cleveland. He says, I know what the nobodies on the street want because I'm a nobody like them.
I know what the nobodies on the streets want because I'm a nobody like them.
There you go. A cop in South Carolina named Craig Stivender just launched his campaign for sheriff with a video where he admits he wore blackface for a Halloween costume 10 years ago. Here's the part of the video where he starts listing all his flaws.
I'm not perfect, and I wish I can change a thing or two. As a 16-year-old, I received a ticket for not having my driver's license in my possession. I've been married, divorced, and remarried. I've lost my temper and been reprimanded at work. I've been in fender benders that were my fault. And about 10 years ago, as a young police officer, I attended a law enforcement Halloween party dressed as ruthless drug kingpin Big Meech Flannery. Today, we understand that type of costume is troubling to many.
Well, I agree with him. It's stupid. All this stuff is stupid, and it's just being done to divide and, conquer, and that's all it is. It's garbage. All this cultural appropriation garbage that's going on, et cetera. It's a waste of time. Got better things to do.
A new study found that the average employee spends 2 hours a day checking their work email. And about half of the time is wasted on things like needlessly rereading emails and emailing people when it would be faster just to talk to them face-to-face. So over the course of a year, you waste 29 days on it.
Yeah, I believe it.
That's a month right out the window.
Yeah.
Here's a You Got Mail montage for you.
You have a mail message.
You've got new mail.
There's a letter in your mailbox.
You have new mail.
The mail is here.
You've got mail.
You have mail.
You have mail.
Welcome to the internet, my friend. How can I help you?
You have mail.
We just got a letter.
You've got mail.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what, that dang old internet, man, you just go on there and point and click, get in there and talk about www.w.com, you got them naked chicks on there, man.
You have mail, mistress.
Guess what, sexy? You have mail.
You've got some mail.
Yeah, that's entirely true. You can't determine tone and inflection from an email. Sometimes you got to sit down face to face to get your point across.
Yeah, and you can't hear or see inflections in an email.
Yeah.
A 27-year-old guy in the UK named Dipsy McClintock wanted to lose weight last year. He weighed 560 pounds. So a personal trainer, and he did this without bypass surgery. So a personal trainer offered to help him for free. Then put up flyers all over town telling people at fast food places not to serve him. In that year, he lost half his body weight. Here he is with Piers Morgan on a British morning show. Dipsy says after the flyers went up, his urges went away.
Each year I take one person for free and try and change their life. With Dibsy, I didn't know him, we'd never met each other before. I seen him come into my company and I'll be honest, I'd never seen a human as big.
It definitely worked. It was used as a deterrent, so I didn't go to.
Did you try and get into these places?
No.
Did you say, I'm not that guy? I'm not that guy.
You didn't have the moment to go, we're not letting you eat your band. You never had that?
No.
You just, it made you not go?
Yeah, I just didn't even attempt to go. It didn't bother me no more.
Okay, well, you can't argue with 200 and...
Whatever works.
80 pounds. The new animated movie, The Addams Family, opens today. Here's the classic themes. Well, we don't need to hear that.
Man.
Skip that. A while back, the NBA changed how they measure players' heights. To be more accurate, they now measure without shoes. Draymond Green went from being listed at 6'7" to 6'5" now, and he's not happy with that measurement. Here he is trying to prove he's 6'6".
For all y'all talking about I'm 6'5", here come the real measurement right now. You got my man Raj right here, 78 inches, 6'6".
Well, you're playing the game with your shoes on, so I can see his point. When you have your program and it's 6'5", and that's him 180 pounds or whatever. Well, that's him standing on the scales, buck naked and no shoes. But he's not playing the game that way, so I can understand his point. You put your shoes on.
And the Houston Astros won the deciding Game 5 against the Tampa Bay Rays last night with some insurance runs in the 8th inning, back-to-back homers. They came out on top. Tampa Bay 1, Houston 6.
Brenda with a drive. Deep right field. 5-1 Houston. The 3-1 to Altuve. And he drills this one. Back to back. Third of the series
Again, I don't get it with the audio guys. They turn the crowd noise up so loud you can't hear what he's saying.
Well, that's so you don't know that there's only 5 people in the crowd, I guess. I mean,
a Price is Right fan broke a record yesterday by attending the show for the 180th time. And finally, he gets chosen to come on down.
And he blew it, right?
No, he made it up on stage, and here's what happened.
Rosendo just today broke the record for the most tapings attended. It's its 180th taping. You've been on with Bob, and now you're on with me. Congratulations, buddy. Nice to have you here. George, what do we got for him?
This had to be worth the wait. It's a new car!
Oh, wow.
Good luck, buddy. You got it.
Now we got the bad news for you.
You can't pay the tax.
See that man sitting right over there? You don't get the keys till you pay him $7,000 in taxes.
Well, maybe. What kind of car was it? That's
a new car.
That's probably more than the car was worth. Well, yeah, you got to pay your taxes.
Yeah.
And that's on you. That's not on anybody gifting you the car. As Oprah found out to her dismay.
Yeah, you got to pay the tax.
Yeah, I don't understand. You know, not that I'm a big Oprah fan, but she gives all these people cars and then they complain they got to pay tax.
No.
Maybe,
or end up having to sell it to pay the taxes.
Well, maybe you should keep that in mind when you go to the voting booth next time. Vote out all these clunkers that raise your taxes.
Well, that's the way bureaucrats think. You know, everything's solvable by spending more money on it, and we'll just have to tax you more.
And as Nick Pacerno pointed out here last Tuesday, it's not like there's a dearth of money in this county. There's plenty. It's mismanaged.
Well, that's kind of what Reagan used to say. It's not a lack of taxes, it's a lack of competent people to manage it.
I'm Reagan-like, huh? There you go. as well as most of the people listening.
One of television's longest-running shows appeared for the first time on this date back in 1975. But it was called NBC's Saturday Night.
Oh, okay.
At the time, Howard Cosell already had a show called Saturday Night Live. So the not ready for primetime players could only say live from New York, it's Saturday night.
Yes, I remember that.
Now in the 48th season, SNL still uses the line to open every show. Here is Chevy Chase kicking it off in 1975.
Live from New York, it's Saturday night!
Yeah, just no catchy tune there. I guess it's a jazz thing.
That was their ensemble.
It's kind of like Jimmy Kimmel. He comes out and he's got a 16-piece band there.
Right.
That's crowded into a little corner of the studio. And they fire up and play away and for all 8 bars, and then they kill the song. A lot of folks for such a small part. What else we got? I'll tell you what. It's 5 minutes. All right, well, let's do this instead. Things we need to know today so we don't sound stupid. A Knoxville radio host has moved on to a roof and he plans on staying there until the University of Tennessee wins a football game.
Okay.
He might be a grandfather by then.
Says you have an umbrella.
The so-called Russian, he's also in Knoxville. So he'll be a bit muggy up there after a while.
Got to keep the sun off him.
The so-called Russian nesting doll diamond is the first of its kind to ever be found. It's the world's first diamond within a diamond.
Wow. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wonder what it would go for.
I don't know. It depends. How many carats did it say?
Huh.
Well, it'd have to be fairly large, I would guess. So, you know.
Well, insiders say that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have talked about moving to Canada because of their treatment by the tabloids.
Oh, dear.
Oh, yes, my life is so tough.
Yeah, wait till you
we'll
move.
Go to Canada.
Yeah, wait till you move to Canada. See how tough it is. Find yourself a lake somewhere up north. That's right.
Tell me with this airplane. Lufthansa, is that right?
Lufthansa?
Lufthansa. Has been used in facial recognitions boarding at JFK. An Arkansas woman who failed a sobriety test says it's because her brother fed her a meth sandwich.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, man, come on.
Over in the UK, a woman who's a vegan called the police after she said her friends tricked her into eating chicken nuggets while she was drunk.
Oh, well, there's a clue in there somewhere. Drunk. Okay.
Over in England, a guy attempted to rob a McDonald's when the employee told him that he couldn't open the cash register unless he ordered something. So he ordered a cheeseburger, paid for it, and robbed the place.
Did he take his cheeseburger with him?
I assume so.
He paid for that. He should have taken it.
And since 2015, former Pittsburgh Steelers running back D'Angelo Williams has paid for over 500 mammograms after his mom died of breast cancer. All right, today's impossible questions. We do this every day, and on average, it takes women 12 minutes and guys 7 minutes. What is it?
Brushing your teeth.
You might be on the right track.
Combing your hair.
No, it's a combination of things.
Oh, well, eating breakfast.
No, wrong part of the day.
I have no clue.
It's getting ready for bed. Women take 12 minutes. Guys take 7 minutes.
Okay.
Guys take 6 minutes longer than I take.
So if you fall asleep in your chair and wake up in the morning, does that count for like 0 minute preparation?
I don't know. All right, coming up on 8 o'clock, we'll check all your latest news, sports, and weather, and we'll be back on the backside of that.
Good morning and happy Friday. A beautiful day is in the forecast today. Plenty of sunshine, a couple degrees warmer as well, with highs ranging from the upper 70s to lower 80s this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear. That cools us off into the mid-50s for our lows tonight. Mostly sunny and warm for your Saturday. Can't rule out a late day shower. Most of us will stay dry, though, with highs in the low to mid-80s tomorrow afternoon. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
Broadcasting from the top of the North Carolina Sand Hills, 97.3 FM, 104.1FM, and 990 AM, WEEB, Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. It happened in the Red Sea off the coast of Saudi Arabia. An Iranian oil tanker hit by 2 missiles, triggering an explosion and fire.
Everyone says that the missiles apparently hit the 2 main oil storage facilities on the vessel. They keep saying that the vessel suffered minimal damage, at least its body, which I'm not entirely certain how that's possible if there's been an explosion.
The BBC's Keon Sharifi, we don't know who fired the missiles. World oil prices, though, did spike on news of the attack. President Trump says he's under attack by Democrats trying to overturn the results of the 2016 election. Mr. Trump at a rally last evening in Minneapolis.
Trump lost Minnesota in 2016, but predicts he can turn it red next year.
We are going to win this state in a very short period of time.
He's accusing Democrats of trying to undo his victory with the Ukraine investigation.
Brazen attempt to overthrow our government will produce a backlash at the ballot box.
Trump also lashed out at Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
We're in a struggle for the survival of democracy in America.
I'm Jackie Quinn.
Religious conservatives gathering in Washington for the annual Values Voter Summit.
The theme of this year's summit is Pray, Vote, Stand Together. And the 3-day conference will feature high-profile politicians, including President Trump and Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Each year, grassroots activists gather to hear from elected officials and a host of conservative leaders. The Family Research Council's Tony Perkins says values voters have an important voice and can determine the course of the country. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Optimism over the current round of U.S.-China trade talks, sending Wall Street futures sharply higher this morning. Right now, Dow futures up 281. S&P futures better by 31. NASDAQ futures up 90 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Sebastian Gorka here. Maybe you've been hearing about Relief Factor, the 100% drug-free supplement that helps a person's body deal with inflammation and pain. You've heard all the wonderful testimonials. Well, I have my own testimonial. For many years, my lower back pain was becoming a serious problem. The short story is, I finally gave it a try, and now I'm out of pain too. So if you're in pain, you can order the 3-week quick start for just $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com.
Hi, Dennis Prager here. I want to let you know about a new product available at the Prager store. It's offering the audio version of the Rational Bible Genesis on CD, narrated by the extraordinary Tom Parks. He's been recording bestsellers for 30 years. I personally picked him, and you will love listening to him read Genesis. Listening or reading, I hope these are life-changing for you. In fact, I know they will be. Of that, I am absolutely certain. To buy the Rational Bible Genesis audio book or the autographed hardcover, go to pragerstore.com.
A former South African president fails in his attempt to stop a corruption trial against him.
Jacob Zuma has spent many years fighting this case. He is facing a string of charges, including fraud, corruption and money laundering. The state has accused Mr. Zuma of accepting bribes from French arms company Thales, one of the contractors who won a multi-million-dollar deal to supply arms to South Africa in the 1990s. He has pleaded not guilty to the allegations and claims the case is a political conspiracy to tarnish his name. Thales, who are also in court over the matter, have denied bribing Mr. Zuma.
That's a BBC's Pumsa Filani. The World Health Organization launching a vaccination campaign in 2 southeastern provinces in Sudan to contain a cholera outbreak following flash floods that swept the country in late August. The WHO says more than 1.6 million people will be vaccinated over the next 5 days. Townhall.com. A former Israeli ambassador to the U.S. says the decision to pull American troops from northern Syria is causing some anxiety in Israel.
Dr. Michael Oren tells the Salem Radio Network he has no doubts about President Trump's commitment to Israel.
I think this administration is the most pro-Israel administration we've known since Israel's founding in 1948.
But while the pullout of a few dozen U.S. troops from northern Syria may have little actual impact,
it's the impression that counts in the Middle East.
And he warns a perception of U.S. resignation could embolden enemies of freedom around the world, as he says it did for both Russia and China during the Obama administration. Bob Agnew, Capitol Hill.
A wildfire driven by Santa Ana winds has closed 2 freeways, threatening homes, and has forced the evacuation of a number of people around Los Angeles. The Saddle Ridge fire has consumed roughly 4,600 acres. The 210 and 5 freeways are closed. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Vision for More presents the last outdoor Cooper Ford concert series this season with the Fleetwood Mac Group Rumors, Saturday, October 12th in Carthage.
Well, did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? Ooh, you make love fun. You see,
Your Doors open at 5. The warm-up band, the Shop Girls, start at 6. Then Rumors, the Fleetwood Mac tribute band, begins at 7. Bring chairs but no pets. Food trucks, beer and wine on site. Go online to visionformore.com with the number 4 and M-O-O-R-E. Tickets, $25 in advance, $30 at the door, and $10 for students. Rumors, Fleetwood Mac Band, Saturday, October 12th at Cooper Ford, 15501 in Carthage. Benefit for the More Free and Charitable Clinic.
I recently spoke to Michael Gompers at Workplace Financial about college tuition planning. As the mother of 5, I, like many parents, find myself overwhelmed by the rising cost of tuition and uncertainty about the best way to plan for those expenses. While many financial experts tout 529 plans, Michael Gompers at Workplace Financial believes that life insurance policies are an excellent alternative to pay for college expenses. While the primary purpose of life insurance is to provide a death benefit for your loved ones, life insurance policies with a cash value allows parents to withdraw tax-free loans to cover the cost of college tuition, housing, books and fees, maybe even a car. Let's say your child excels at academics or sports and receives a scholarship. Maybe they decide to join the military after high school. They could use those funds for a down payment on a house, start a business, even pay for a wedding. So call Michael Gompers at Workplace Financial to learn more. Call 866-399-0999. That's 866-399-0999.
War Dogs Army Surplus Store in Southern Pines is Southern Pines' #1 surplus store. Serving the Fort Bragg area, we buy, sell, and trade military, tactical, outdoor clothing, and gear. We are your military surplus low-price leader and take pride in serving our local military members and community. Bring us your military gear because we pay more and sell for less than anyone in the area, guaranteed. At War Dogs, we make it our top priority to provide quality, high-end tactical gear at the lowest prices. Come in today and bring your used gear or check out our massive inventory, the largest in Southern Pines. We're open Monday through Friday, 10:30 until 5:30 and 11 to 4 on Saturday. We're located at 675 Southwest Broad Street in Southern Pines, right across the street from Beefeaters. Or give us a call at 910-920-7749. That's 920-7749. War Dogs.
Temple Theater is thrilled to continue their season of More with Hoagie Carmichael's Stardust Road, on stage October 17th through November 3rd. This world premiere is co-produced by Hoagie Bix Carmichael. At the helm of this new musical journey is director Susan H. Schulman and choreographer Michael Lichtenfeld, who collaborated on numerous Broadway productions. Using the iconic music of Hoagie Carmichael, with numerous dance numbers, 7 actors tell the story of 4 decades in America. The early years of ragtime, jazz, and blues, the romance of New York in the 1930s, the tumultuous and uncertain years of the World War II era, and the post-war golden age of Hollywood. Stardust Road uses the sophisticated melodies and lyrics to weave the story of friendship through 4 decades of how we all find our own Stardust Road. Don't miss Hoagie Carmichael's Stardust Road, featuring a live 7-piece band on stage, October 17th through November 3rd. Tickets are $29 and available at templeshows.com. Sponsored by Cafe 121, the North Carolina Arts Council, Leemore Capital Company, and NAI Carolanta.
If you or your loved ones are eligible for Medicare, you need to learn about First Medicare Direct from First Carolina Care Insurance, a wholly owned subsidiary of First Health of the Carolinas. First Medicare Direct offers plans starting as low as $0 per month, and they include more benefits than original Medicare, including a fitness center membership at no additional cost, dental and vision coverage, and a Part D prescription plan, eliminating the need to have another prescription plan. You get personal local service, and plans are available in Moore, Lee, Chatham, Montgomery, Hoke, Scotland, and Richmond counties. Join the thousands in the Sandhills region who have chosen First Medicare Direct. Call 1-877-279-1732 for a free information kit. 1-877-279-1732 or go online to firstmedicare.com.
First Carolina Care is an HMO and PPO health plan with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in First Medicare Direct, HMO Plus, and First Medicare Direct PPO Plus depends on contract renewal. Other pharmacies, physicians, and providers are available in our network. For more information, contact the plan.
Fall is here at Duck Donuts of Southern Pines, and so are some of our favorite flavors. Come in and try our delicious glazed apple donut topped with a warm, salted caramel drizzle. Do you like pumpkin pie? Well, then you'll love our hot, fresh pumpkin pie donut, just like Grandma used to make. No display cases here, folks, because all of our donuts are hot and fresh and custom made just for you. Treat yourself, treat your family, treat your employees. We're located at Southern Pines on 1756 Old Morganton Road in the Lowe's Shopping Center, just up the hill from Sandhills Cinema. Duck Donuts, warm, delicious, and made to order.
Hello, this is Chris Ennis, Service Manager at Pinecrest Toyota Hyundai. We want to thank all of our loyal customers for entrusting us with the care and maintenance of their vehicles over the years. But did you know we also service Lexus, saving you a trip to Raleigh or Charlotte? In fact, our factory-trained and certified ASE technicians can service any type of vehicle. Your complete satisfaction is our #1 goal, so please consider Pinecrest Toyota Hyundai for all your vehicle service needs. We are open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and open on Saturday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. We can be reached at 910-692-2424. We look forward to seeing you.
NCN News. I'm Mike Riley. 2 Ukrainian-born Florida business people, associates of President Trump's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, were arrested as they tried to board an international flight out of the U.S. with one-way tickets. Lev Parnas and Igor Fruman aided in Giuliani's attempt to investigate 2020 Democratic contender Joe Biden. Eric Tucker is a Justice Department and national security reporter for the Associated Press.
The indictment alleges that Parnas and Fruman used wire transfers from a corporate entity they controlled to make $325,000 in contributions. And the allegation is that they concealed the true origin of that money.
President Donald Trump held his first political rally since the House opened its impeachment inquiry. He appeared at a rally in Minneapolis. The president talked about former Vice President Joe Biden.
The Bidens got rich, and that is substantiated, while America got robbed.
There was a Legionnaires' outbreak in North Carolina. Attorneys for a man who got sick are calling the outbreak extreme negligence. Michael Petra's family says he started feeling terrible days after going to the Mountain State Fair near Asheville. His fiancée, Brandy Begler, tells ABC 11.
Just to not know if he's going to make it, because they said only 60% of the people on the ECMO make it. And that's a big number, 40% that don't.
A new hemp testing facility has opened its doors in western North Carolina. As of October 4th, the U.S. Botanical Safety Laboratory in Asheville is available to local growers and sellers. Director Amanda Vickers tells WLOS News.
This is a new plant that we're adding to the mix, and we're really excited about the economic potential.
High tide has closed a highway on the Outer Banks. The Department of Transportation says NC-12 north of Rodanthe near Merlo Beach is currently impassable due to dune breach and high tide overwash. You're listening to NCN News.
We've all heard about how difficult divorce can be. So when my husband and I made the tough decision to go through that process, we were both expecting the worst. We thought it was going to involve a lot of stress, time, and money. But you know what? It was actually pretty easy. We came across an online service called One Stop Divorce. They offer a simple process that over 500,000 couples have used successfully for their divorce papers. I know it sounds too good to be true, but it works. With One Stop Divorce, we didn't pay any attorney fees, just a flat fee of $2.99. Plus, all we needed was a computer, tablet, or smartphone, and the experts at One Stop Divorce guided us through the process. Yes, it was that easy. Listen, divorce doesn't have to be difficult. If you don't want the stress, expense, or heartache, just do what we did. Go to onestopdivorce.com. That's onestopdivorce.com.
One Stop Divorce. Just a flat fee of $299. One Stop is not a law firm and does not provide legal advice.
It's the big reveal for fans of the hit AMC show.
The big question is finally being answered for Breaking Bad fans.
You ready?
Yeah. They're finding out what happened to Jesse Pinkman after he beat it out of Albuquerque when Walter White's meth empire blew up. Netflix new El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, began streaming this morning. Aaron Paul stars. There are cameos by other characters, but we're not giving anything away. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Town leaders in Tryon have issued a mandatory water conservation notice asking residents to cut back on water whenever they can. It's part of the growing concern over dry weather and drought conditions. Town leaders have asked residents to cut back on washing their cars or watering their lawns for now. Michaela Cowles is the owner of Huckleberry's restaurant there and tells WLOS News they've been trying to cut back on water usage.
We did recently actually just have some new dishwashers installed that are energy efficient, use less water.
A North Carolina police officer was injured when a pickup truck hit her patrol car. Wilmington police say the officer was sitting in her car and writing up a report on a separate collision on Wednesday when the truck hit her cruiser from behind, pushing it into one of the cars involved in the previous collision. This actress is turning to TV to have her own daytime talk show.
Drew Barrymore is headed to daytime TV. The actress is set to host a syndicated talk show at CBS. Barrymore says it's beyond her wildest dreams to have the opportunity for a daily talk show. Reports are she shot a pilot in August, and it was enough to woo execs over. The show comes at a time of other newcomers like Tamron Hall and The Kelly Clarkson Show. CBS says Drew Barrymore's new show will premiere next fall. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Good Friday morning. Grab your sunglasses today. Plenty of sunshine in store, and that warms us up a couple degrees this afternoon. Despite a chilly start this morning, we climb into the upper 70s to lower 80s for our highs today. Tonight's lows falling back into the mid-50s under mostly clear skies. A cool start to your Saturday, but warming up quickly tomorrow. Highs back in the low to mid-80s. Plenty of sunshine with a 20% chance of a shower. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
Right now, here in the Sand Hills area, we're looking at clear skies, 50 degrees, humidity 96%, dew point 49, pressure 3015, winds calm, visibility wide open at 10 statute miles. It is 7:16. Let's make it 8:16. Here's your latest news for this Friday morning. After being persuaded by a very large contingent of business owners and citizens of Moore County, Southern Pines Police Chief Bob Timmy will be seeking an elected position to serve the citizens of Moore County in the North Carolina House of Representatives, District 52, the seat currently held by Jamie Bowles. With over 30 years of working experience in law enforcement, rising to the level of police chief, 30 years of firefighting experience, 16 years of teaching experience at the collegiate level, 3 college degrees, including a master's in business administration, as well as being a small business owner, a member of the North Carolina Chief of Police Association, a loyal husband and graduate of the FBI National Academy. Chief Timmy said he is confident in his abilities to bring positive and lasting change to Moore County. Timmy said he looks forward to the competition and will follow his announcement of seeking an elected office into the North Carolina House of Representatives because competition and representative democracy are what built America. And a pickup truck overturned in the 900 block of Thunder Road in Pinehurst right around 10 a.m. yesterday morning. The late model Nissan Frontier flipped over, narrowly missing a group of trees and ended up in a small ditch. The male driver escaped injuries. However, the vehicle suffered extensive damage. The accident led to the closing of one of the lanes with police officers directing traffic. Authorities are still investigating the cause. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM. 104.1 FM and 990 AM WEEB. It is 8:19.
NCN Sports, I'm Josh Zach. The American League Championship Series is all set. That after the Houston Astros beat the Tampa Bay Rays 6-1 last night to advance to the Championship Series against the Yankees. Garrett Cole tossed 2-hit ball over 8 innings. He said the Rays were a tough team to knock out.
They gave us such a good fight. We got hit in the face twice. We needed the second one to respond the way we wanted to respond, and even then, they still were trading blows with us tonight.
Game 1 of the ALCS tomorrow night in Houston. Game 1 of the NLCS is tonight in St. Louis. It's the Cardinals' 14th time reaching the series, while it is the debut at this stage of the postseason for the Nationals. Washington will send Anibal Sanchez to the mound, while the Cardinals will counter with veteran right-hander Miles Mikolas. Tom Brady is the number 2 quarterback on the NFL's career list for passing yards after the New England Patriots improved to 6-0 for the first time since 2015 by thumping the New York Giants 35-14 last night. Brady ran for 2 touchdowns, threw for 334 yards to pass Peyton Manning on the all-time list. Former Duke quarterback Daniel Jones had his worst game since taking over for Eli Manning in Week 3. He was just 15 of 31 for 161 yards and 3 interceptions, while the Giants played without 4 of their top offensive weapons. NC State's defense battered Syracuse quarterback Tommy DeVito for 8 sacks last night at Carter Finley Stadium, including one by Laryl Murchison in the final seconds to seal a 16-10 win for the Wolfpack, who led all night. They were up by as much as 16-0 in the third quarter before having to come up with a final stop to maintain and hold on to the win.
I thought it was a great win for our guys and really proud of them. Thought they showed a lot of grit, a lot of determination. Syracuse just kept hanging in there. They're a good football team. And, I told them ACC football is 4-quarter football. And you got to be ready to play every second of the clock, and that's what it took today.
The Carolina Panthers enjoying their time in London. Players yesterday went to a area prep school where they played some flag football with some of the students there. This is NCN Sports.
There are millions of unused and leftover opioid pills in North Carolina alone, enough to stretch from the mountains to the coast. These powerful prescription pills are contributing to an epidemic that takes 5 lives every day. But there is something more powerful than opioids. All of us. We can take back our extra pills and ask our healthcare providers about alternatives for pain. Together, we can take back our communities. Learn how you can help end the epidemic at morepowerfulnc.org.
Being a Farm Bureau insurance agent means being local. It means insuring your child's first car and standing beside you after a storm. It's more than a business to us. It's a friendship. So call an agent who calls North Carolina home. Because when you need us, we're there. In every county, every day. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
From the football field to the doctor's office, a running back is helping get women mammograms at no cost.
Former NFLer D'Angelo Williams originally chose to pay for 53 mammograms because his mom was 53 years old when she died in 2006. His foundation, called 53 Strong for Sandra, started out in 2015 by holding mammogram screening events for underinsured women in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now his foundation says in 5 years, he's sponsored more than 500 mammograms. The foundation has expanded its screening events to more states and hopes to hit all 50. And it hits home for the former running back for the Panthers and Steelers. Not only did his mom die of breast cancer, but all 4 of her sisters died from it too. Matt Piper, CBS News.
Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Seals Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning customers include the military, federal, state, and local governments, hospitals, and school systems, as well as many independent businesses. We stand by our services and products, and as a result, we are proud that our business comes from repeat business and customer referrals. Seals Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning also serves many residents in Moore and surrounding counties, and we have been in business for 70 years. Call 910-949-3232. 910-949-3232.
Jump into the fire at Brick's Wood Fire Pizza in the Cole Shopping Center and check out their new menu. In addition to the great selection of wood fire pizzas, Brick's Wood Fire Pizza has wood-fired wings in 3 flavors: delicious soup, pastas, salads, and sandwiches, all made fresh daily. Your choice of craft beers on tap or favorite wine, and a good place to meet your friends. Jump into the fire at Brick's Wood Fire Pizza, Cole Shopping Center, Southern Pines. Open every day, 11 a.m.
You can jump into the fire.
At Pool Automotive, being local and family-owned isn't just a title. It's the lifeblood of our business. The moment you walk into our Aberdeen showroom, you'll be treated like family. You see, we believe that all our guests deserve quality, reliable used vehicles, and we have the inventory and finance options to make it happen. When you buy a new vehicle, the second you drive it off the lot, it's already depreciated by thousands. Before you throw that money away, come to Pool Automotive and check out our huge selection of premium vehicles. We have high-quality, off-lease vehicles, most of which are one-owner cars with low mileage and remaining factory warranties. Something else we do to save you even more? We don't charge documentation fees. Yep, you heard us right. No doc fees here. Come in today, 500 South Sandhills Boulevard in Aberdeen, or call 910-637-0057 and experience the pool advantage.
Your favorite gun dealer in the area is Carthage Shooting Sports on Highway 15501 in Carthage, your exclusive dealer for Liberty Safe. And Liberty Safe is the #1 selling brand in America as advertised on the Sean Hannity Show. Liberty Safes come in a variety of designs and sizes, one that will surely meet your needs. Carthage Shooting Sports has firearms from a variety of brand name manufacturers, both new and used long guns, handguns, and vintage military guns, ammo and accessories, and Liberty Safes. And Carthage Shooting Sports has opened a new store, Fayetteville Safe and Firearms, at 2729 Bragg Boulevard, also serving the Rayford area. And you can buy a Liberty Safe now with no interest for 12 months through First Mutual Finance. Go to Carthage Shooting Sports Facebook or call 910-947-7500. Open weekdays 10 to 6, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. 910-947-7500.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. In her later years, my grandma didn't worry a whole lot about offending someone if she thought she was speaking the truth. Might have gotten that from her. One day when I was about 6 or so, she was standing around talking to a group of church ladies. All of a sudden, my grandma blurted out something that would become part of church history, just as important as who founded the church or other memorable events. She came out with the following: Mrs. Jones, not her real name, when are you going to have your baby? Well, you probably figured out on your own that Mrs. Jones was not pregnant. And by the way, if that's all Grandma had said, this wouldn't be much of a story. Mrs. Jones replied, Mrs. Taylor, her real name, I'm not pregnant. Well, this is the part that caused Grandma to be remembered. She said, well, you sure look like you are. Now, Grandma, believe it or not, was a sweet and kind lady. She meant no harm, nor did she want to embarrass Mrs. Jones. And by the way, I'm not using her real name not to protect her, but because I can't remember it. For all I know, she might have been Mrs. Jones. Well, since I'm her grandson, and since I'd like to keep her memory alive by carrying on the great tradition, let me say this. Barath, you may not be doing anything wrong, but you sure look like you are. All right, I hope everybody has a good weekend. Looks like the weather's going to be pretty good. Hope you enjoy it. From the Zumwalt Zone.
Good morning and happy Friday. A beautiful day is in the forecast today. Plenty of sunshine, a couple degrees warmer as well, with highs ranging from the upper 70s to lower 80s this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear. That cools us off into the mid-50s for our lows tonight. Mostly sunny and warm for your Saturday. Can't rule out a late day shower. Most of us will stay dry, though, with highs in the low to mid-80s tomorrow afternoon. I'm meteorologist Kat Campbell in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills' #1 morning show. Mornings with the leader man. Here on Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
Happy Flashback Friday. You know you grew up in the 90s if you remember being disappointed when the leaflet in the CD didn't have the lyrics to the songs. I mean, how else were you going to learn that unintelligible line on track 3?
Shall we start?
Yes, let's start.
Hey, it's a new day. Fridays are my favorite days. Love it. Love everything about it.
Do I have to spell it out for you?
G-I.
F.
What does that mean? Really? Really? Yeah. Thank God it's Friday. Oh, I get it.
Gotta get down on Friday. Let's start the show. Yeah.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It's time for once again for Mornings with the Leader Man. I am Steve Leader Adams, along with the Colonel, retired Marine Colonel Jeff Drummond. Good morning, Colonel.
Hey, good morning, Moore County. Good morning, unfortunate Aberdeen, as the pilot likes to call you. Hey, if you're looking for a use for all those newspapers piling up at the end of your driveway, just Google a little search on how to handle old newspapers, and boy, you'll come up with some great ones. You use them, put underneath your cat litter. You can cover your worm farm with them, and use them in the bird cage. So, there is some use for that pilot if you still have a subscription.
And use it as target practice in your driveway.
Yeah, clean your windows. Yeah, all kinds of things. 45 good uses for old newspapers.
All right. Don't forget, of course, we are being heard and seen around the world on a live video stream. That's available from our website at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is where the link's located on your mobile device. YouTube does the work. Just put Mornings with the Leader Man in the search. And if you're on your mobile device just needing audio, we suggest many streaming applications such as TuneIn, iTunes, StreamUp. Many others will work. Just try it and put WEEB into the search, and we should appear at the top with our logo in your results. If you're on a website, it's available to you all the time in the upper right-hand corner of every one of our web pages at talk973.com, where the icon says On the Air, Listen Live. Just tap it once and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area. Look for things to be sunny today. We'll get to climbing up in the temperatures back to 80 for a high. Then tonight, clear and 54. Tomorrow, still some more spring-like, fall-like weather. High of 83. Then we get some moisture to move into our area that's going to hang around until next Thursday, with the best chance of rain coming Sunday and Monday. Saturday night, partly cloudy, small chance of an isolated shower, low of 62. Sunday, 50-50 shot of getting wet, high of 76. Still a 50-50 shot on Sunday night, 64. 40% on Monday with 80 for a high. And 20% on Tuesday, Wednesday, with highs around 80 degrees. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are calm, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure is 30-15, 2.49, humidity 96%. It's sunny and 50 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM, 104.1 FM, and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:31, 31 past the hour on this TSIF. Thanks, Steve. It's Friday. Let's see here.
Hey, while you're looking, I got a correction I have to make. Somebody texted me and suggested I wasn't fair to all our esteemed politicians in D.C. there when I suggested they were all making money on us. And I would just like to clarify, yes, there are some honest politicians up there, but you could probably list them on the back of a 3x5 index card with a crayon. So.
I was going to say, which one?
Yeah,
And I say that in the singular.
Right.
They all seem to go up there, average income, and come out multimillionaires.
Yeah, them and their families and so on and so on. And
yeah,
so
they
on.
get appointments and cushy government jobs and things like that for their friends and families. And
well, there's a few. Well, as Vice President Pence, his son is a Marine officer and, serves. I think he's still serving. So, there's a few there, they don't mollycoddle their kids, unlike, Biden couldn't even manage that with his kid, crackhead, what's his name? Was it Hunter or the other one? I can't say.
Hunter was the crackhead.
Yeah, that is the crackhead.
Yeah.
Always will be a crackhead. And couldn't even serve out his reserve time in the Navy.
Senior moment. Where'd it go? I hate that. Lost it. Anyway, Trump had last night. He says, "Where in the world is Hunter? You don't hear from him. You don't see him.
Yeah, he's hiding."
He said, "We need a T-shirt that says Where's Hunter?"
Right. Yeah. Well, I have an idea where you could go look for him.
There's
I better keep it to myself.
crack party.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. 8:33. I guess we can. I know what it was. It was Nerd News we were going to do this morning. It's time for some Nerd News, covering the most important news for your brain that you may have missed over the last few days. Here's a quick rundown of this week's in science. Astronomers found 20 more moons orbiting Saturn, and they're letting you vote on what to name them.
Oh.
You can submit names by tweeting them to at Saturn Lunacy. Lunacy is Lunacy. Okay. And yes, people are already pushing for Mooney McMoon pace. Before this, we thought Jupiter had the most moons with 79, but Saturn now has 82 discovered moons. And some of them have Earth-like atmospheres.
There you go. That's the key. We got a place to send all these people now.
Yeah. Several studies have found that zebra stripes might discourage bugs from biting them. And apparently it works on cows, too. Researchers in Japan painted stripes on a bunch of cows, and they ended up with 50% less bug bites.
Well, there you go. You need to paint stripes on your face when you go to the dog park this afternoon.
I use the DEET.
Well, the stripes might be more healthy for you. I wouldn't spray DEET on me for anything.
This time of year, don't need anything. But we've heard about the first lab-grown meat made in space. Astronauts on the space station used a 3D bioprinter to make steaks, but apparently they don't taste great yet.
I have nothing. I got nothing for that at all. You mean old Captain Kirk on the Star Trek Enterprise there? When he put his little credit thing in there and got his steaming bowl of soup, it actually tasted like garbage, huh?
I guess so.
Jeez.
And researchers in Australia may have found a cure for cervical cancer.
Ooh.
They took a bunch of mice with tumors and injected nanoparticles that could edit the cancer's DNA.
Wow.
They tried it on a bunch of mice and cured all of them.
All right, well, somebody's got to put their hand up and test that then.
They're hoping for human trials within 5 years.
5 years.
That's government for you. I bet those ladies that are dying of cervical cancer right now would be glad to volunteer in 5 seconds.
And they should have that option too. I'll be honest. I don't know the entire process, of course, but if they've had that success with my 100% cure rate, and of course, there's going to be things that they need to change between whatever they do with the mice versus humans. But wow, that's something. That's really something. And people, if somebody wants to stick their hand up and volunteer, they should be.
Yeah, if you're
allowed.
terminal, you should be able to volunteer for any project. The only thing I don't really like is the fact that you could be terminal and you volunteer and they give you the placebo.
Yeah, you get the placebo, right? Yeah.
I think they ought to have the right. All ought to have the right to get the drug.
In general terms, yes, I would agree with that.
Because,
well, I guess, just like the mice, they have a control group, and I'm sure there were mice that were allowed to die or whatever, but,
mice, human being.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Hard choice there.
Yeah.
Sesame Street is tackling the topic of addiction, and your kids will just love the catchy little tune, V is for Vicodin, as we start off our rim shots today. Daryl Hall turns 73 today. Hall has gone from man-eater to brand-eater. Cardi B turns 27 today. She went from a gang member to a hip-hop artist. I believe that's called a lateral move there.
I'm not sure it's a move at all.
Mama June's Georgia home has doubled in value since she sold it because someone drove it to California. The new Corvette is on hold due to the GM strike, but the Porsche is on schedule, so you still have a way to let America know that you have a tiny penis. The 3 things that give us the most anxiety are, what would you think?
3 things that give us the most anxiety. In what terms? You mean internationally, nationally? What are we talking about here?
Just in general.
Oh, anxiety, terrorism, illness, and what am I going to eat for breakfast this morning? Without some context, I have no clue.
The three things that give us the most anxiety at work are our work, social gatherings, and money. Or if you're Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, the fear that someone's got pictures of all the other times you wore blackface.
Yeah, more pictures.
Procter & Gamble is being pressured to use recycled materials for its toilet paper. I prefer to be the first person to use my toilet paper, but well, maybe that's just me. I don't know. A mayor in Atlantic City stole $87,000 from a youth basketball program, and in the process, he earned the title of least corrupt politician in Atlantic City history.
I believe that. Atlantic City.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
And lastly, those on Social Security will only get a 1.6% cost of living increase in 2020. That amounts to about $24 more a month. But hey, if you're lucky, Grandma may still decide to increase your birthday check to a lavish $13.
Yeah.
Social Security.
Yep, take it now. May not be there in a couple of years. The rate we're going.
Let's see. Last night they were, of course, they had the Trump rally there in Minneapolis. And as it was over, there were a bunch of Antifa people waiting outside.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Of course, they ran the patrons of the rally away from them and away from the trouble. But it's always funny how the Antifa people show it with masks on their face.
Oh, yeah, they're cowards. Yeah.
You know, don't want to be seen, begging for trouble. You know, ready to be a tough guy.
I don't understand why they're allowed to get away with it, why the police security forces aren't addressing them a little more aggressively.
Well, look at what we're putting into office. I mean, the mayor of St. Paul, where was it held at? Whatever city it was in.
Minneapolis.
Yeah. Whatever, the city that it was in, he comes up and says, "Oh, you owe us, Trump campaign, $500,000 for extra security we had to put on."
Yeah, I read that.
And then they showed a picture of Obama rally held there, and all the men and women in uniform. But you see, none of the men in uniform or women in uniform, police, could be at the rally. If they were at the rally to see the president, they couldn't wear the uniform. Yet they did it for Obama and Biden and everybody else who's gone through there.
Yeah.
And basically the Trump campaign said, stick it. We're not paying extra for the security. All right.
See, he fights back instead of rolling over. Okay, we'll pay.
Yeah.
That would have been the Bush administration or whoever, or any current, the Romney campaign. They would have rolled over for it.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo commenting about Ellen sitting with the former President Bush while watching a football game, and saying he's too big a war criminal. He needs to be brought to justice before you try to be nice to him.
Right.
This guy is so sick. I don't know why he plays the Hulk. Why anybody wants to watch any of his lunatic movies is beyond me.
Well, if you're going to say that, then round them all up. And there's nobody that bombed and did more damage worldwide than Obama. So add him to the list. Let's get him
don't you know he walks on water?
Yeah, well, baloney. Get them off. You're going to do that to Bush, and you're going to have to do it to Obama.
Yeah.
You know, where are we in Syria? Where are we in Libya? Thank you, Obama.
Yeah.
You know, this whole thing here with pulling people out of
Syria
is, that begins there. That's on his doorstep.
Yeah. And how many are we pulling out? 75.
Yeah, they're moving several dozen off of certain outposts and checkpoints, etc.
Right.
You know, it's just blown way out of proportion.
Well, that's what the Dems do. All right, let's speaking of the bad guys of the world, that's not my opening there. It's this one. Here we go. Let's go get the bad guys this morning.
My pretty, and your little dog too. What we've got here is failure to mutate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
All right, my friends, it's time once again. Straight across the floor in the style of the Duke, John Wayne, open up our closet doors and gaze upon all 30 of our Liberty safes from Carthy Shooting Sports. And today we're going to mosey on over to Liberty safe number 17.
17.
Open her up and let the good Colonel reach in and grab his weapon of choice this morning.
Yeah, we'll go light today. It's Friday. We'll get you a Bond Arms Derringer. There's two of them in here. Would you like one in 45 caliber or 22 caliber?
22.
All right, well, there you go. You got the 22.
Derringers tend to hurt the hand when they go off. And not a comfortable shooting gun.
But they're good backup. Stick that right inside your vest.
Yeah, I mean, All right, well, we'll throw that into his pocket, pin on our badge, grab 5 cans of some super whoop-ass as we head out the door now in relentless pursuit of some stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1 this morning. Let's see. A guy named Scott Tanner was driving in the carpool lane on the freeway in Seattle on Wednesday when suddenly a guy in a Jeep sped up behind him and started tailgating him and honking.
Uh-oh.
Scott figured it was just someone, quote, road raging. So he refused to pull over. That always helps that road rage. Let me see. I'll just clog up the highway here.
Right.
Now, if I were to pull over, he'd go on by and be out of my life. But no, I'd rather piss him off, said Scott. So he refused to pull over and let the guy pass. Instead, he slowed down a little bit just to tick him off some more.
Aggravate him even more. That's right.
Who wound up pulling off the freeway at the next stop. Well, here's what Scott didn't realize. The guy in the Jeep was a 24-year-old named Erica Knapp. And he was actually a high-speed police chase. He was actually in a high-speed police chase at the time. The police had been chasing him after he assaulted his girlfriend. And because Scott wouldn't move over, it slowed Aiken down and allowed about 20 cops' cars to catch up, and they were able to catch Erica shortly after that. All that makes sense?
Yeah, basically this guy slowed down the criminal for the cops to catch him.
Right.
Which is, it turned out fine, but normally you wouldn't want to do that. You don't want to get involved in that stuff.
Yeah, well, he was trying to piss everybody off. Instead, he helped them out.
Right, yeah.
Daggone, didn't mean to do that. I was trying to be an asshole.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing. Yes, he was.
Stupid criminal news number 2. Well, this seems like a well-adjusted dude. There's a 31-year-old guy named Richard Decker from Vernon, New Jersey. And in August of last year, he started contacting local farms with a simple request. He wanted permission to do things. Well, I'm into this.
Uh-oh, what's he wanting to do?
Do bad things with cows and horses.
There you go. There you go.
And believe it or not, all the farmers turned him down. Gee, I can't understand that.
Yeah, why?
Even though he kept asking for months. So he got his revenge by putting homemade metal spikes in the driveways to pop their tires.
Yeah, really nice.
It took a while, but the police finally made the connection between Richard's request and the pop tires, and he was arrested last week. He's now facing 22 charges, including attempting to initiate sexual conduct with an animal, threatening, possession of a destructive device, and harassment. Yeah, what a fine fellow he is walking amongst us.
Yeah, there you go.
And that, my friends, is your stupid criminal news for this Friday. All right, now it's 50 past the hour. Let's see here. Yep, everybody's favorite part of the program.
And now it's time for
Random facts.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, our random facts for today, and maybe a spare. Lamborghini started as a tractor company in 1948. The founder didn't start his car company until 1963.
Okay.
Who knew?
Yeah.
A Swiss Army knife is called a MacGyver knife in South Korea.
Oh, they probably still watch MacGyver over there.
On rabbit ears.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. They're moving up in the world.
The first time goaltending was called in the WNBA was in 2008, 11 years after the league debuted. The first dunk happened in the 5th year. Gangnam Style became the first YouTube video to get 1 billion views, and it happened in December 21st of 2012, which is also the day the apocalypse was supposed to happen. And French law requires all dead bodies transported into the country to have identification. So when the mummy of Remus II was transported to Egypt from France in 1974, it had a passport with the occupation as king. Quote, parentheses, deceased.
Deceased, yeah. There you go.
And that's your random facts for today.
Well, that's interesting. At least they identified him. I mean, it's nice to have the proper paperwork in hand.
Yeah.
The French are pretty archaic with all that. Used to be, anyway.
All right. Well, we all know that everybody and his uncle is trying to get you to download their app. And you got to be careful with these apps because some of them will literally take over your phone or tablet. I know some of these lesser-known, quote, stars that have email apps, and then all your email filters through their app.
Right.
So they can stick their spin and advertising on it. And you wish you never had it, because you never have to reboot your whole phone, go back to factory settings to get it out.
Yeah.
Also, just because something has an uninstall button on it, doesn't mean it uninstalls well. The program has to be written proficiently enough to get it uninstalled and put you back to status quo. And if it has a bad uninstall program, then you got bad results after you take it out. And the average American has 20 apps installed on their phone. If we could only have one, what would it be? A new survey found the top 10 apps we say we cannot live without. You got one in particular?
Well, no, not really. I guess the one that well, you mean besides all the messaging apps and all that kind of thing?
Yeah.
That are already pre-installed?
Yeah, I'm talking about apps you go get.
Yeah, I guess my offline maps, etc., because I also use it as my camera,
Yeah, Maps is the good one.
Yeah, it's got a, I like it better than Google Maps or most of the other ones, and it's got the dash cam piece to it. So put it right up there. It's taken my my movies or my recordings of my drive and also shows me where to go. And it will tell you. You can turn it off or on, but it will also tell you to turn left, turn right, blah, blah, blah.
Well, the top 10 apps that people can't live without. Number 1 was, let's start with number 10. Amazon.
I don't do Amazon on my phone.
Number 9, Google. Number 8, Google Maps.
Nope.
Number 7, Twitter.
Nope.
Number 6, I'm surprised Twitter wasn't like 1 or 2. Number 6, Facebook Messenger.
Nope.
Number 5, Snapchat. Never have used it. YouTube was 4th.
Nope.
Gmail 3rd.
Nope.
Instagram was 2nd.
Nope.
And number 1 app that we just can't live without, Facebook.
Nope. The only one I have is the Google stuff because it's already loaded on the phone, and that's it. The rest of them I don't have.
All right. Let's see how well we do with Spy the Lie. Oh, dear. You tend to do well with this.
Sometimes. Yeah, most of the time I'm
You got
guessing.
a natural talent for this bad boy. So let's see how you do today with Spy the Lie. All of the following voices appear in the new Addams Family movie, except for one. Spy the Lie.
I have no clue.
Charlize Theron, Bette Midler, Dana Carvey, Snoop Dogg, or Martin Short?
Charlize Theron.
No, she plays Morticia.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was Dana Carvey.
Dana Carvey. I don't even know half of those people.
All of the following actors have played the role of the Joker in movies and TV except for one. Spy the Lie.
Okay.
Cesar Romero, Jim Carrey, Jack Nicholson, Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger.
Mark Hamill.
No.
Mark Hamill didn't play the Joker.
Well, it says Jim Carrey here.
Jim Carrey. Oh, Jim Carrey played the Riddler. That's right. Yeah. All right. I got it wrong. Yep.
And all of the following are among the top 5 favorite Halloween candies of 2019 except for one. Spy the Lie. Is it Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Snickers, Butterfingers, Twix, or Kit Kat?
Man, I don't know. Kit Kats.
No, Butterfingers.
Butterfingers, okay.
Boy, they got you good today, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't eat all that stuff. Believe it or not, you wouldn't know, but I don't.
All right, if I can get to it fast enough here. Now it's telling me it's not here. Maybe that was yesterday's stuff. Let me see. We don't have much time anyway. All right, in the lack of time, Farmer, did you know category, the very first cattle ranch was started in the state of what?
Cattle ranch?
Yeah.
Cattle ranch.
New York.
Yeah, New York, upstate. Yeah.
It's estimated that Americans spend collectively more than 6 billion hours doing this.
Playing on their phone.
Their taxes. Their taxes. All right, so it goes for this week. Have yourself a great, safe weekend. We'll see you back bright and early Monday morning for a mundane Monday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airways because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Money will stay here, roll over, and create jobs. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams, and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the Dog. We'll all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the dog park.